Okay. Well, finally getting a chance to do some fabricating here today. Don't whine, you already got fed. Don't even start with me. I want none of your attitude. Especially you, little one. I'm looking at you. They already got fed. They have food, they have water. I come over, they don't want pets, so not my problem. Anyways, okay. I've spent the morning moving around a 300-pound I-beam. Two of them, actually. Because, yeah. Anyways, okay. So here's the project that I'm working on. I've got two 14-foot I-beams, one of which is going to get cut down slightly. So I picked these up. These were from one of the metal recyclers. They're not perfect. Like this one over here has got a bit of a dinged up edge, but overall they're still structurally sound. And for what I'm using them for, it's going to be good. So they're going to go, one is going to be over here, and the other one is going to go in that section over there. And they're going to be attached via these I-beam trolleys that I've got here to the I-beams up there. And then on these I-beams, I'm going to put another trolley. So I can literally move this thing any which way I want to move heavy things around. That's my plan. So I need to attach them to the trolleys somehow. I don't want to directly weld the trolleys to it because, I mean, this structure isn't necessarily perfect. So there's going to be some play and variation. So I have been busy making little plates like this. And the way I figured out that I'm going to do this is one plate is going to be the fixed side while the other one is kind of the float side. This is what usually happens in bearings when you need to constrain one side but not the other. So the smaller hole is going to be going with the threaded rod that goes through here and it's going to be secured in there. And then I've got these other guys with bigger holes, and those are going to go on the outside of this, and this is where it's going to float. I'm also adding a spacer to it, which is hiding over here, which is that right there. And this is kind of the mock-up that I'm going to be doing with the other half, obviously fits in there. And now I just have to weld all this. So these plates themselves are going to get directly welded to the top of the I-beam. And then the trolleys can slide, and if there's any kind of give, then they're going to be able to take this up. Now, what I'm doing is I'm going to have these two I-beams meet up perfectly, or within a very tiny little gap, right in the middle over here, okay? So that if I need to actually transfer something heavy from this side to that side, even though these things can move independent of each other, they're going to kind of meet up in the middle, and then I can still roll the trolley through from one to the other. At that point, that gives me kind of almost infinite freedom to move things around. It should all, in theory, work. So we're going to see how well it works in real life. So I've got these guys painted. This one, I did already cut the size. So now I just got to start welding, and I got to prefab those pieces first. And then I can weld them and locate them on the I-beam. So as you can see, it's not perfect, but again, it will do for what I'm doing here. There we go. So that's today's adventure. Then, so of course, after I weld these guys up, I have to figure out a way of how I'm actually going to get them up there. Because they're heavy. They weigh like 300 pounds or more each. So but once again, because I live off grid, I can't weld unless I have the generator going. So the solar system is not good enough for this. So it was a bit on the cold side, about -8, 9. So the generator's probably not going to be happy about starting, but we're going to try. Goats, just chill, all right? Just don't whine and just chill. Thank you. Okay, what are the odds the generator is actually going to start easily? I'm not holding my breath. Well, actually, I have to hold my breath because the exhaust is right there. Okay. Well, we're going to have to glow it a little bit longer and see what happens. That was not enough. This is the game I get to play every time I want power. So this year I have to build the generator shed and enclose it and insulate it and get a heater, because now that the shop is a little bit more complete, I'm going to be relying upon the generator a lot more and trying to run machinery. So this is going to be a lot more critical. So I do need this guy in a warmer environment so we can start happier. My little tripod for the camera broke during one of my filming sessions, so now I'm just trying to make this work. All right. It is a little bit on the cold side for welding, so I'm going to have to see how well this works out, and I might have to preheat the steel. Ooh, something is not happy here. What is going on? Not getting a good ground. It's a bit of a problem. Let's try this out. Gas is on. That's good. Well, that's better. Okay, once again, I have to get creative here in clamping because I haven't got a fab table set up yet. So I've managed to get these guys clamped down and together, so then I can just weld up what is accessible and then weld up in areas where it's not accessible. And that will get me what I need to do. All right, I'm a happy person. I have made a thing. Okay, so obviously from an engineering standpoint, this is not the ideal way of doing this. Ideally, the I-beam wouldn't have been welded in from above, or it would have had a bracket that goes all the way down to hold it up. But in this case, I'm not actually going to be lifting that much weight. And besides, those are only rated for half a ton each. So together, that's 1 ton. And then whatever I put on the beam. But in most cases, this is only going to be for helping me just move whatever I'm fabricating on or working on and fabricating. It's not going to be as much weight. And besides, those beams over there are also not designed to handle stupid amounts of weight anyway. So this should work, in theory. Okay, so we've got everything is still a little bit on the warm side. So I've added some extra gussets on this one because this is going to be kind of the critical point. And it's also a single piece. So I didn't want to just have it welded to it, and I wanted to add some gussets. And then on this other side, this is going to be my floating side. So it will potentially float some. So I would need my other hand for that. But it will definitely have a lot more play in it. So that will work well, and you can't really see, but it's all fully welded on the inside and happy. Okay, now comes the difficult part of trying to figure out how I'm actually going to get it up there. I think I'm going to try to maybe rotate this thing around. I gotta have to get the welder out of here. I gotta get, in case this thing falls down, I want to get all of the nice toys out of the way, and then maybe prop it up on the workbench and then start trying to rope it up. I don't know. Maybe the ladder will come in handy. I don't know. I'll figure something out. There's always a way. Okay, I have a plan. I'm gonna maneuver the I-beam close to where I need it. I'm gonna try to have the straps to help me kind of leverage it up and probably tie them off. And I'm just gonna try to kind of go up on each side. I'm gonna see how that works out. Because I don't really have any other way of doing this. So I might grab a ratchet, go with the strap, or I might do it without. We'll find out. Uh, 300 pounds is heavy, in case you didn't know. 'This is not easy. I think the key to this is going to be just doing it in little steps and getting it slightly higher up. Okay, this is going to be a very slow process. I hope I don't die. Well, I definitely managed to warm up a bit. Okay, that is pretty close. So I think I can I can fine tune the rest, but I think I can start putting the trolleys on. So we're going to try that out. Yep, I'm happy about this. This is turning out great. Oh, okay. Even if I end up twisting it a bit, there you go. It's not falling off, so that's good. And it's rolling beautifully. Oh, this is perfect. There we go. That turned out exactly how I wanted it. I am very happy with this. It was a little bit more work than I thought, as always, but it is really good. So The only thing I'm going to do is going to put one more trolley underneath, and then I can have a chain block on that. And at that point, whatever I need to lift up on the work table I'm going to be building here, then I can do that. And I'm going to have the next one over there butting up to this one to within 1/8 of an inch. So if I need to run a trolley across from one to the other, I can actually do that too. So I am very happy about this. This turned out good. This will make my life so much easier when I'm working on engines, big heavy parts, welding things up, whatever, or even if I just need to adjust something and I can't jack it up from the ground. So this is perfect. Okay, good project. Let's see if I can get the other half done today, or at least get a good head start on it. It is a beautiful day. Okay, so the first test for my new overhead crane inside the under the mezzanine is to lift up the second section of the overhead crane. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be able to lift it up all the way as far as I need to, but it will still save me a lot of headaches. So I am currently very impressed with this and very happy. So I'll only be able to bring it over to here, but I think what I can do is I can set that on the ladder and then just kind of keep shimming it over, and that'll make my life a little bit easier as I continue. Hopefully I did my measurements right. And the two will meet up pretty closely. If there's too much interference, it's always easy enough to grind. Yeah, we're going to test this out in a minute. Stay tuned. That was a job and a half. I was thinking this side is going to be easier because it was going to be slightly lighter. Not by much, but it wasn't. Just because of where the lathe sits and having to be very careful not to drop it on the lathe. So the joint is almost perfect. I'm just touching. So I'm going to have to grind this down just a little bit. But I would have rather it be too tight than not tight enough, because I can always grind some steel off. But this now completes the truss, so I can carry something heavy from all the way over to there to all the way over to here. If need be, I can even support something in the lathe while I'm mocking it up by using a small come along or chain block off of this. So this is perfect. Yeah. Oh, that was a good day's progress here. So I am very happy about this. The next is going to be getting back over to the jib crane. I still have to finish machining the main pivot for it. But as you can see, my machine shop is a bit of a mess right now because I actually got rid of my mill. So I sold that one because I'm buying a bigger one. That's going to be an adventure later. And this actually is going to help me kind of bring it in here too. So it's going to be interesting. There we go. Thanks for watching. I hope this was interesting. Again, very curious how many other people are doing crazy stuff like this off-grid in a forest. Shoot me a comment below. And if you liked it, subscribe and like it. Thank you. Nice. I am a very happy person.